In this video I will be demonstrating this wire wrapped coin bead pendant. I will be using this shell coin bead. The hole needs to be big enough for the base wires to go through. The diameter is 1 inch or 25 millimeters. I have 4 base wires. The wire I am using is 20 gauge round dead soft copper. I am weaving with 28 gauge wire. I am leaving 3 inches of excess weaving wire at the start of the wrapping. I will start weaving the wires together 2.5 inches from the start of the base wires. Wrap twice around 2 of the wires. Add the next wire below the first 2. Wrap twice around the 2 lower wires. Place the last wire below the others. Wrap twice around the 2 lowest wires. Wrap twice around the 2 middle wires. Wrap twice around the 2 upper wires. Wrap twice around the 2 middle wires. Wrap twice around the 2 lower wires. Continue wrapping in a zigzag pattern. I have wrapped for 1.5 inches. Shape the woven area around the bead. The woven area should line up with the holes in the bead. Mine doesn't quite match, so I'm extending the weaving. Take the inner wire from the bottom of the weave and bend it upwards towards the start of the weave. Thread the bead onto the wire. I am now just deciding which side of the bead will be the front. Where the wire exits the bead, bend it sharply to the side following the other wires. Use the 3 inches of excess weaving wire at the start of the weave to wrap the wire going through the bead with the other top wires. Use the same zigzag pattern. Turn the pendant to the back. Take the bead wire and the wire above it and bend them down over the back of the bead. Trim the wire shorter and use round nose pliers to make a loop in the ends. Make sure that the cut ends are pushed well down and can't be felt. Back to the bottom wires. Wrap the 3 wires together. Wrap twice around the 2 top wires. Wrap twice around the 2 bottom wires. Repeat the pattern. I have wrapped for 3/4 of an inch. Bend the woven wires into a loop over the front of the bead. I am just extending the woven area to where the loop meets the wires below. Take the inner wire and trim it short, leaving enough wire to make a small loop. Tuck the cut end well down so that it can't be felt. Start wrapping the remaining wires together by wrapping twice around one wire, twice around both wires and repeating. Where the wires meet the edge of the wires below, thread the weaving wire between the two outer wires of the lower section. This will connect the two parts of the weave together and make the pendant stronger and harder to pull out of shape. I have a little kink in my wire stopping it going through, so I am just straightening it out. Now continue wrapping the two wires. Trim the left wire shorter and make a loop. Wrap a couple more times around the remaining wire and remove the excess weaving wire. Trim the wire shorter and make a loop in the other direction. Ensure that the end of the weaving wire remains securely trapped between the two base wires. Now to the top wires. I have another length of weaving wire. Weave the wires together the same way as the wire at the bottom of the pendant. Remove the wire tails. Bend the wires into a loop over the top of the bead. Trim shorter the inner wire and form a small loop. Weave the two remaining wires together. Once again, thread the weaving wire through the wires below to connect the sections. Bend the woven wires in the opposite direction to the previous loop. Create a loop above the previous loop with the unwoven ends of the wires at the back of the pendant. Once again, use the weaving wire to attach these wires to the other woven section. Wrap a few more times around the wires. Cut the wires shorter and loop the ends. I am using one of the offcuts to make a jump ring for the cord or chain. Thank you for viewing. If you found this video useful, please leave a like and consider leaving a comment It really helps out on small channels. Please join me for my next video.